Minister Li, dear colleagues, let me start by expressing on behalf of all of us our warm gratitude to our host, the Development Research Center, under the brilliant leadership of Minister Li, and to the China Development Research Foundation, particularly to its Secretary General Lu Mai and his team. It was indeed an honor and a great privilege to serve as this year's co-chair of the China Development Forum, and it was again a rich and fruitful event, a feast of thoughts, to quote my fellow co-chair. I would like to highlight 4 points. First, the acceleration of reform. To quote Vice Premier Chang, without reform and opening up, there would be no China as it is today. Deepening reform and further opening up are the only way for Chinese people to reach prosperity. And NDRC Vice Chairman Chu stressed the renewed sense of urgency to shift the economic growth model. This transition from a low-cost, labor and resource-intensive economy to a high-value, innovation-driven economy will be a daunting task, as highlighted by several speakers. Yet, in light of China's remarkable track record, captured by IMF's Deputy Managing Director Chu, all speakers shared the same sense of confidence in China's success. Second, further structural reforms. To achieve strong, sustainable, balanced and inclusive growth, it will be crucial to rebalance growth. Stronger social safety nets will be instrumental in this respect, as stressed by Stephen Roach and Michael Spence. More even regional development. Henan province exemplifies the growth potential that could be unblocked accordingly. Land reform as an entry point to successful urbanization. Particularly last panel, but also yesterday, we talked about the comprehensive issue of more sustainable generation and use of energy. In this context, of course, energy efficiency, low-carbon technologies, but also, as Khalid Al-Falih mentioned just recently, balancing a robust energy mix, and in this context, also the importance of carbon technologies. We just summarized the importance of market dynamics in terms of energy price signals. Professor Stern just reminded us about the carbon tax, the environmental standards. I think this is a very important and comprehensive agenda for China going forward. Liberalizing further the economy and the level playing field, as stressed by World Bank Managing Director Indravati. This takes a fair and open business environment in which all companies, irrespective of their size and origin, can compete on an equal footing. Intensifying intellectual property rights protection and enforcement, to quote Vice Minister of Commerce Wang. Professor Roma this morning has eloquently summarized the importance of effective regulation. Minister Miao talked about the increased regulation to facilitate the level playing field as the government's shift of focus. Overhaul of the tax policy to make it more progressive, broader-based, more targeted and more decentralized, as emphasized by Finance Minister Low and echoed by OECD Secretary General Gurria. Minister Miao and panel members talked about the new path of industrialization and the importance to unleash the potential of the SME sector for China's technological development. Third point, partnership in reform. As stressed by Schneider CEO Jean-Pascal Tricoire, we multinational companies are very much an integral part of local economy and community. Many of us are truly committed to developing jointly within China with Chinese partners and with the Chinese workforce innovative solutions for the challenges China faces. This is the key for many of our companies, not only to be relevant, innovative, and competitive in China, but to stay relevant, innovative, and competitive globally. Minister Miao this morning highlighted the importance of the third wave of industrialization, and of course it will take different shapes in different industries. But again, it's an important opportunity for collaboration. My fourth and last point: reforms in China are relevant for and to the global economy. China's problems are no longer China's only. As mentioned yesterday by WTO Director General Lamy, as he underscored this very important point. As illustrated by Beijing Mayor Wang, China feels the impact of many global challenges such as demographic change, urbanization, and climate change to a greater extent than many other countries. And at the same time, how China meets these global challenges will have a major impact on the rest of the world. This gives China the role of a maker of international economic order, as Martin Wolf captured it, and as an agent of convergence, facilitating, for instance, the multinational negotiations on climate change, on multilateral trade facilitation, or on harmonization of standards. However deep the water may be, we will wade into it because we have no alternative. Prime Minister Li stated after the closing of the first session of the 12th Nationals People's Congress. In recent weeks, China's new political leadership has been writing the first pages of a new chapter in China's long history. It will be a time of transition, a time of change, and very likely a time of success. In this endeavor, China can count on us as trusted and reliable partners. Thank you very much.